guys are new, welcome. As you see by the title, girl, we have a story time to tell. It's been so long since I posted a story time video because don't nothing crazy be happening that often that I could tell y'all about. Baby, this was crazy. As you can see, I was on a high-speed chase. This is no joke, girl. Like, I was on one. So it started one day. My friend, she did a ride along one time, like last year. It was fun, like for her, like it was cool. It was simple. She didn't experience nothing crazy. I think she had just like kind of patrolled like a club area, and yeah, it just seemed like a cool experience. So she brought it up again, and I'm like, you know what, I want to do it too. So we ended up going to sign up for a ride along. Now, a lot of people have seen the video on TikTok and they have had questions about how to sign up for it, and I'll put that at the end of the video. But we went a few days in advance. We signed up, and a couple days after was the day that we were doing our ride along. We of course get to the precinct, girl, and we're sitting there. At first we were not going to go on it because what happened was when we got there, they couldn't find any of our paperwork. And before you can do something like that, you have to have like a background check, and there's paperwork and stuff that you fill out before you're able to go. So we're sitting there, and none of the officers on duty can find any of the work because the secretaries didn't. I don't know if they didn't do it. I don't know what happened with it. The police officers basically did not have the work or the correct paperwork. So we're sitting, and they're just like, look, like, I don't know if y'all gonna be able to go tonight. We're just trying to find this paperwork. We sit there for like 30 minutes, and finally they're like, okay, we found y'all's paperwork. So we like, cool, we're going on a ride along. But the thing was, like, it wasn't all the way complete, so it was stuff we still had to do. So what we had to do was pretty much go with our cops. First of all, what happened was the policemen, they asked who is going to take these two. Like, you have to volunteer. We don't get to pick and choose which police. I mean, you can, but we didn't. So the police officers raised their hands, and they were like, okay, we can take them. So anyways, fast forward, we meet the police officers that are going to take us to the ride along. And then they ended up taking us. We both were in two separate cars, two separate police officers, and they ended up taking us to the actual jail so that we could complete everything. Like, it was something that I really don't know what happened. I just know that there were two women in the jail. They had to sign off on some things. Y'all, I've never been in no sort of jail. I have been in a jail before, but I never went to jail. I've never seen the backside of like what jail is like. So my police officer that I was with was like really on top of like letting me see the real stuff. Like, her police officer, they went through like the front of the jail. We went through like the back where you got to go through gates and have certain access to get through these gates. Like, we went through the back, and so he took me through the jail. I seen people just like arrested. It was disgusting, y'all. I just seen a lot that I was like, okay, this is like, I would never want to go to jail.
I'm not tripping off none of that. I'm not tripping off none of that. That's what I'm. Are you done?
I'm so shook right now. I have never been in. So yeah, so we end up going through the jail. We got our paperwork filled out, and then it was time for us to we had to take that paperwork back to the precinct so the main sergeant could sign off on it too. And then after that, we were free to go on our shift pretty much. So the police officer, my police officer, I don't know exactly what her experience was like because I wasn't there, but my experience, so we just started kind of rolling around. Like, I was asking him questions. I was just getting to know like more about what he does. He was telling me about different areas that people patrol in and how like they go by different names and all that good stuff. And then he ended up driving me through like a bunch of areas where crime and all of that stuff usually happens. Mind you, I'm not from the city, so it was kind of cool to know like just what's going on around the city that I live in. As he was driving me around, I remember him telling me, be on the lookout because you're a second pair of eyes. Be on the lookout for either a black Jeep with such and such license plates or a black, I don't know if it was an Impala, I don't know what kind of car it was, but he was like, be on the lookout for, remember that, girl, a black such and such with this license plates. I'm like, okay, cool, girl. So we're riding around, you know, nothing's happening. He just showed me around. I said, can we stop because I want some snacks? Girl, I'm hungry. I think this would be a good time for me. And I hadn't ate too, so I was like, okay, let me get some snacks. We pulled up to the gas station. It was, first of all, it was weird because I hop out the car, girl, with this police officer, and he was a white man too. Like, it just looked like, what is going on? Like, he hopped out the car, walked me into the gas station. I get my snacks. The gas station man is looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? I'm just like, I didn't say nothing. I just got my snacks and that. It just looked like odd, but it's okay. I'm just on a ride along, not too much on me. So we're riding along. Our first stop that we had was a burglary. So he had got a call about a burglary that happened. We show up to the scene. He parked real far back from where the house was, so I wasn't able to like really be up on the scene. It was probably about like 6 or 7 cops that pulled up to this burglary. It turned out that it wasn't nothing super serious. It was a woman and a man. They had got married and they were divorcing, and the man was in the house, and it just wasn't much they could do because they were still married. It was cool, but as soon as he got back in the car, I remember him saying they found the car, the vehicle for the man, which that man had, I don't want to talk too much about that man, okay, but he had done something that they needed to find him. I just remember him getting back in the car. Baby, all I know is we started riding out. We started riding out. Every police officer riding out, getting out the area. I said, okay, something's going on. Like, I didn't know at the time it was a high-speed chase. So then we're driving, and I just remember the car speeding up. Like, it's speeding up. It's to the point, like, we're running over potholes. Like, we're bow. Like, we're moving, girl. Like, we're moving fast. I'm sitting here, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to hold on. I'm in a car holding on to the thing. Like, you know, what's going on? Like, there's something going on. I'm not sure what it is yet, okay? Then I hear on the radio, which I'm sure they had said this ahead of time, but I'm hearing that there's a pursuit going There's a pursuit going on. I said, oh, okay, I know what's going on. I know what's going on here, okay? Baby, when I tell you we are flying down the road, I'm scared. I'm praying to Jesus in heaven. Lord, cover me. Baby, we hitting block after block. I'm telling you, we will be flying down one street. I hear on the radio, he's going southbound on such and such. Girl, we're turn around, bust a U-wee, going full speed dang near, and fly back down the other way. I'm just like, oh my God. Why is it that when I want to try something new, all this stuff happens? Why is this happening right now? I was so scared, y'all, because we were going so fast that I was scared that, like, if we hit a curb, if we hit the wrong rock, if we hit the wrong pothole, this whole entire car is going to flip over, girl. Like, I'm just, like, terrified. Like, the policeman, you know, men have, like, adrenaline. We have adrenaline, too, as women, but, like, a man in a state of, like, fight or flight, or just, like, I have to make something happen, like, it's different, okay? I'm sitting here like a damsel in distress, a little princess girl in the front seat. This man, just crazy. I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is happening? So, okay, so probably like, I would say maybe like 40 minutes of chasing this man around the street. We were not like the first police in line to chase him, because we were not the ones that spotted him. It was another police officer that spotted that man. And so we were just kind of like trying to be on the back end of things. Like, okay, they have the squad that's personally chasing him, but we were like more, okay, just in case he cut this way, you need to show up and be here. Like, we were trying to meet him in certain areas, have like spikes and everything out. There were several times where we would park, that man will hop out the car, grab spikes out the back to throw out.
Continuing northbound, speed 95.
Oh. High speed chase, baby. But he will hear something on his radio. He'll get back into the truck, and girl, we are flying. I mean, flying around the city. It was unbelievable. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable, girl. So there was one time where we finally got like close to him. I'm about to insert some footage, y'all. Is that him?
Yep.
Oh. He's gonna hurt somebody.
Yep. That's what I'm trying to say.
Going wrong way.
Oh. So we finally got close to him, and like I was able to see the vehicle, which was the same vehicle that he described earlier. If you see this vehicle, then you know we need to get him. Now, I know people in the comments on TikTok were talking about like, oh, how they don't usually let ride-alongs go on these pursuits, but it was something very serious that this person had done, so it was no turning back from that point. Like, we had to get him. And also, I was told that if a pursuit, like a high-speed chase, goes any faster than 95 miles per hour, they will call it off. Like, the sergeant will call it off. This, I know we were going faster than 95 miles per hour, but this one was serious because he was not somebody that we could just let go. This I don't want to talk too much about this person. I'll tell you why later, okay? Girl, all I know is like after chasing him, after seeing him, the cop, we ended up pulling up, like meeting a million other cops. I'm telling you, every other cop in the city was there. No, I did not sign up for. We ended up meeting, like going to the scene because apparently they had caught up with his vehicle. And we get there, girl. I had got snacks. Remember, I had got me some hot Cheetos, which I really don't eat. Some hot fries. I got me some Skittles. Girl, all I know is at that point, like, I felt like I was about to throw up. Like, we were moving so fast. And I just remember getting on the scene. I remember having a feeling like something is not good. Like, something's weird. I just remember something's not right. Like, it don't feel right. And I remember my police officer jumping out, grabbed this very, very big gun. And I just remember him taking off running. And I sat there probably for a full hour waiting because it was apparently a standoff. He would not get out of the vehicle. I didn't realize what happened was so serious. Like, it didn't cross him. I didn't know what happened. Like, I was just really in the unknown. And finally, after some time, my officer finally shows back up to the vehicle. Mind you, I'm seeing all these other officers around. I see one grab his big gun. I see one has more of a pistol. Like, everybody has weapons. He comes back to the car and he just looked and sounded extremely just like sad and just disappointed. And I'm just like, what happened? Like, but mind you, I was also on FaceTime with my friend at the time because she was also on the ride along, but she was in another area. Like, she was nearby, but she was a little further back from the scene than I was. So she was telling me, like, I heard on the radio that somebody somebody got pumed. And I was like, I didn't know what happened. I just had an idea of what happened. Like, something happened. So he came in, he told me what happened. Apparently, I mean, I don't really want to talk too much about it because, girl, but apparently the police did not hurt the man. Apparently he hurt himself, and that was the end of the pursuit. That was that. And then I remember the police officer, after that, he got in the car. Once he got in the car, he drove me past officers. I didn't see the man personally because they had some things covered, but it was like crazy. Like, I didn't know that it was all of that was going to happen. I assumed that it was going to be just like her, like what my friend had went through. Like, it was a simple and easy ride along. I didn't think that it was going to be all of that. And so we rolled up to a place where I guess that man's family was going to be meeting in that area. I stayed in the car for everything. And then my police officer, he got out and he was handling everybody else, like everybody and other police officers were there handling the family. After that, we responded to another potential burglary, but ended up turning back around because they ended up other cops were on the scene and handled it. And we responded to like something else that happened. I don't know what it was. I was so shook up from the high-speed chase and just what had happened in that situation. And then he ended up taking me back to the precinct so I could get in my car and go back home, girl. But what I took away from all of this, the high-speed chase and everything, was just one, girl, first of all, I did not expect the night to go like that. And I kind of understand what police go through. They go out and most of them protect our people. There's some bad cops, okay, but most of them go out and they protect our people and patrol the city, and they don't know what to expect in those situations. And because I expected the night to go smooth, and it completely went the opposite way. It completely went the opposite way. So I just really realized what that's like to have to do that every day and just not know what to expect. I just understood the other side of things. And this is my perspective of the story and what happened, and I understand fully that person's family has another perspective, not even perspective, but they are experiencing a different side of what happened. And that's why I'm just choosing there was a lot of content I kept to myself, a lot of things I just didn't put out. That was my experience going on a ride along, and how I ended up on a high-speed chase that I completely did not expect to go on. And it was a very cool experience. I'm cool. I have never really felt that type of adrenaline in my life. I don't see me really going on there again because it was dangerous, and that's all. If y'all watch this far, thank you so much for watching my video and just being supportive of me. I ask that y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.